Oh, hello. Oh, bollocks. I knocked my handset into the bin. Oh, dear me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday to another live stream. And it's actually light out. Yes. Makes a change. How are we all? What are I talking about? Yes, how are we all? Today I went to a car boot sale or a boot fair. The video will be up somewhere. 6 o'clock. What? Your camera is messed up. Is this about the subscriber mail on camera is logging? Hang on a minute. I'm going to switch it from Wi-Fi to regular. I'll switch it over to right. Okay. Okay, that might be better. I'm on data plan now. I've always found that with Wi-Fi, that it's a bit laggy and a bit blurry. Hopefully that will be sorted out soon, because I'm hopefully getting some new Wi-Fi installed, ultra fast. It's going to be 900 megabytes per minute or per second download and 101 megabytes upload. So that's due to be installed at the end of the month. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, data plan works much better. I was going to say, yeah, your camera is messed up. I didn't know whether you meant my subscriber mail video, because yeah, I just had a message saying something's wrong with your face. The David Dumbbell subscriber mail, and I looked at it, and yeah, it's a blurry, fuzzy thing tracking my face and mouth. I needed to cover something up at the end of the video. And it's covered it up, but it's also covered up my face and my mouth for some reason. So I'll need to sort that out later on. I won't do it while we're on the stream. But yeah, it does look a bit weird. Yeah. Anyway, we are here now. We are streaming. We have got some people in here today. I was actually talking about something else before we did this. Oh, yeah, I was talking about going to a car boot fair. My first one of the year. Half the size that it normally is. I guess that could be because it's still only April. I tell you what, it was bloody windy. Flipping Nora. Trying to walk against 50-mile-an-hour winds at a boot fair. That's not a good thing. Yeah, but yeah, the video will be up at 6 o'clock tonight. Anyway, who's here? Sam's here. Hello, Sam. What is a good movie to watch with your grandma tomorrow? Grandma, we love you. What can you watch with your grandma tomorrow? Not Evil Dead or something like that. I don't know. That one with Michael Caine and Glenda Jackson. The Great Escaper. Try that one. That's a nice one. I took my dad to that one, but there was a lot of older folk in the cinema with that one. Rianne's here. Hello. I'm happy today because I got WWE DVDs from CEX. Fantastic. Yeah, Joshy says legging out. Probably meant lagging out. The Entity is here. Hello, The Entity. Camera is lagging. I'll tell you what else is lagging as well. The actual, how long it takes for the bloody question to come up. I tap it, and then about 5 seconds later it comes up. So you've touched it and it's just come up now. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, switch to data plan. I've done that. Everybody's favorite plug is here, and it's Butts Unplugged. Hello. And Dominic is here. So I've got to wait. Why have I got to wait? Something's going wrong. Yeah. If I touch it, oh, there, I'm going to touch it now. It takes ages for it to pop up. Don't touch it then. Okay, what else have we got? Yes, works much better. I have been okay, thank you very much. It's been a funny old weekend. Yeah, yesterday I was going to go to a record fair, but I couldn't be asked. This morning I was supposed to be going to like a little Star Wars convention, but I looked at it and I looked at the floor plan, and it's not that impressive, and I just couldn't be asked, to be honest. There was a handful of guests there. It looked like, from what people have posted pictures, it looked like they were just selling like bloody trading cards. So I went to the boot fair instead. Still had a bit of fun at the boot fair. Did pick something up. They actually had quite a few Blu-rays there as well. No 4Ks or steelbooks though, unfortunately. Yeah. Joshy says, "What's your favourite sex?" I'll probably have to blank that out now because YouTube will pick that up. I think I'm being naughty. What's your favourite CEX? Favourite one that I actually go to is the one in Maidstone. But I'm hoping to get out on Wednesday and go to a different one. Maybe go to a town we've never been to before. Yeah. Dominic says, "Can you change the Wi-Fi channels? That may improve it." I don't know. Mr. Jamie Powell is here. Oi, oi, Savaloy. Just finished watching Loch Ness. Well, that don't rhyme. What a brilliant little film. Have I seen it? I don't think I ever have. I'm all right. Blu-ray hunting tomorrow? Nah. No, I am working until Wednesday. So I'll be going out on Wednesday. There is really nothing out. There's only possibly Baghead that I may pick up. That's why I'm not too bothered this week, because there's nothing major coming out. I'm thinking of just getting in the car and driving somewhere we've never been before and checking out the CEX there and the charity shops. Who's next? Matthew says, "Do you own Agent Carter and Luke Cage?" No. Oh, hang on a minute. Agent Carter. I think I used to have the steelbooks for Agent Carter and Luke Cage, and I sold them a couple of years ago. No, I don't think I do have them. Good what? Good night, Mr. Tom. Good night, Mr. Tom. Richard is here. Hello, Richard. And Butts Unplugged says, "I do like a car booty." Pardon. Amanda's here. I hope you're doing well. This is really weird. I'm just tapping these questions, these comments, and it's like 5 seconds later they pop up on screen. Never had that before. The entity. What type of WWE DVDs, Rian? Dominic. I watched True Lies 4K, and like you said, it was good in some parts. Not sure if it's a 2K upscaled. Yeah, some parts were really good. Some parts were just okay. They'd obviously cleaned it because there was a lot of grain missing. And not just Jamie Lee Curtis, but what's her name? Tia Carrera. Both their faces at certain points looked a bit too polished, like someone put some Windoline on them. It was missing a lot of detail. Dominic says, "I watched The Abyss again, and that was brilliant 4K. I hope Aliens will be decent." I do as well. Yeah, they don't want to crap up Aliens, do they? Come on in. The entity says, "How's your combi radio and record player?" Yeah, it's doing all right. I've only bought one record, I bought a couple of more CDs though. Sounding really good though. For one little speaker, sounds really good. It's kind of got like spatial kind of sound, so it feels like it's like going all the way around you. A lot of good bass in it as well. Yeah, it's a nice little unit for just under 100 quid. Dominic says, where do you buy your Blue fans from? At the moment, I'm just picking up a couple on eBay. Because like the group buys had already sold out over at certain places. I need to get into like still there's a couple of steelbook groups on Facebook, so I need to get in there because they sort stuff out. But yeah, I bought a couple on eBay. Jesse says Chatham's got a great CEX. It's funny you should mention that because that was one of the places I was thinking of. Because we've always stuck down here to like Kent, Ashford, Canterbury, Maidstone. Bluewater is usually the furthest I go, but there's places like you say Chatham. There's like Paddock Wood, Tunbridge Wells, other places. I know we've been to Sittingbourne before, so I'm going to have a look. I'll Google them and I'll have a look to see what shops they've got. Because Lulu did actually say that Chatham has got some really good charity shops as well. And if it's got a really good CEX, obviously it doesn't matter about HMV. We probably won't do an HMV this week because there's not really anything out. But some plug says, I picked up all 5 seasons of Sliders for £1.80. That's flipping good. I've been meaning to pick up that on Blu-ray. I think it's available on Blu-ray in Germany. I've been meaning to try and get that. Entity says, I like the Dudley CEX. Got a few steelbooks and a bunch of games. Cool. Jamie says, Baghead is meant to be cack. And Dominic says, are you still watching the X-Files? Yes, I am. It's going to take me forever to watch them, though. Because I don't watch one like one a night. It tends to be kind of like one day, and then I'll watch something else for a week, and then I'll watch another episode. So I think it's going to take me a long time to watch them. At the moment, I'm watching The Last Airbender, the Netflix series. It's enjoyable. I'm enjoying it. I just can't get over the fact that they keep calling people benders. Oh, there was one line in one of the episodes. You're a qualified bender. Oh, dear me. Yeah, obviously the Americans don't get that. You remember the M. Night Shyamalan one when it came out? He says, you're an absolute bender. But some plug says, how's your music collection going? It's all right. Haven't picked up any more vinyl other than Casey Musgraves the other week, which actually does smell because the actual sleeve that the disc that the vinyl goes in actually smells of like weed and forests. I've been sniffing that all the time. But yeah, I got some CDs as well. Some CDs I would have bought back in the day. I actually picked up pretty cheap now. Entity says, I used to get my PS3 games from Dudley. So much nostalgia. Because they are part of the MCU and those steelbooks were rare. Yeah, it's a shame they never did the whole lot, though. Because they were still missing Jessica Jones season 3, I think. And I think maybe another season of Daredevil didn't get a steelbook. I'll tell you what, though, of all those shows, I used to love watching all those shows. Was there one called The Defenders or Defendants? Defenders, I think, which was all of them. It's like the MCU for all of the Marvel people. The one that I haven't seen is The Punisher. Apparently that's supposed to be good. Was it John Berthanol or something. I think that's his name. Yeah, Iron Fist. I enjoyed that. Yeah, The Punisher. That's the only one that I actually haven't seen. Dominic says, I think Aquaman 2 4K is reference quality. Best 4K I've ever seen on my OLED so far. Oh, that's cool. I must rewatch that because I only watched that at the cinema, and it was a funny day. I was kind of like spaced out and thinking about something else on that day, so I didn't really take everything in that film. I hate CEX. I had a bad experience with them, and I will never go back to them. Oh dear, that's a shame. Oh no. Oh no. Richard's got to go to work in a storm. Tell you what, it's nice and blue sky and sunshine down here. It's about 20 degrees. Not to rub it in or anything, but I'll tell you what, at the boot fair this morning, bloody hell was it windy. It was about 50-mile-an-hour winds. You can hear it. You'll hear it on the video later on. I've had to really dial down the background volume because it's overpowering, and it was difficult walking around there because I was walking down the aisles against 50-mile-an-hour winds, and people's stools, things were being blown off the stools and that. Like you said on your other vid, laser discs might really become rare because the other day I saw a limited edition laser disc for 30 quid. Okay, yeah, cool. Alan is here. Kermit's Ghost is here. I Paul, sorry I'm late. Been watching Jamie's video. Okay. You know where the door is. Ollie loves films. Hello. I'm just waiting for the comment to come up. Bloody hell, that took ages. Have you seen Monkey Man yet? No, I have not. I thought it was awesome and very violent. It's currently my second favourite film of the year so far. I hope to try and get it in sometime this week. I was going to go and see it either Saturday or Sunday, but my views and Cineworlds, the earliest showings were like 5 p.m, and even after that, they weren't showing it around lunchtime or in the afternoon for some reason. I suppose because it's half term, they're putting on all the kids' films and all the kind of Godzilla and all that. They're putting them at early times. It's like on Thursday, I'm going to see Civil War, but the earliest IMAX is, I think, 4:30 because they're still showing Godzilla. But I will go and see that Civil War. That looks fantastic. Dominic says, have you watched One Piece on Netflix? One Piece of what? One Piece. No. I watched on Apple TV. I watched, was it called Constellations? That was good. That was a bit weird, but it was good. Yeah, that was kind of a mind bender. That was. Yeah. I also watched on Netflix, is it Three Body Problem? That was fantastic. I can't wait for the next season of that. That was really outstanding. And then now all I can think about is what's going to happen when the aliens get here. Big P, if you watched The Last Airbender, you might like One Piece. That was fantastic. Oh, okay. So I might add that to my list then. Add that to my list. Kermit does have great taste. He loves Flash Gordon. Hello, James. Have you ever watched Kevin and Perry Go Large? Yes. Yeah, and all the clips that were in Harry Enfield. It's hilarious. I was watching some Bottom last night, I think it was Hooligans Island, and they had a few episodes from, I can't remember which series it is, but that was funny as well. And there's a special episode coming up with Bottom, I think later on in the month. It's like a anniversary where lots of interviews and all that with Adrian Edmondson. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Matthew says the Punisher never got released, so I have to buy a bootleg sealed with a slipcover from China. It didn't even get a standard Blu-ray release. Oh, okay. So I have to stream it. James says, Pauly, will you buy the Bob Marley One Love steelbook when it is released in HMV? I don't know. I've never really been into Bob Marley music. So I don't know if it is one that I'll buy or if it's one that I'll just maybe stream. I don't know. Yes, it's nice and sunny down here in Brighton as well. Is it windy though, Alan? Well, you know what they say, don't you? It's grim up north. The sun always shines in the south. What are you going to see next at the cinema? It will be Civil War. It will be Civil War. Yeah, on Thursday. Blu-ray hunting on Wednesday, so I won't be able to fit in Monkey Man. But I am off next Friday as well. So I might go and see it then. There's something else out, isn't there? There's something else out on Friday. Pretty sure there's something else out on Friday. Oh, I love that. Hello, Mr. K Frog. Ollie loves films. Did you ever watch American Rust with Jeff Daniels? The second season has just come out on Prime and it's really good. No, I haven't seen that. If you're wondering why sometimes I'm reading the comment and I'm squinting, it's because the window's there and it's really bright. Yeah, I don't want to close the blinds because otherwise we'll be in darkness. Butts Unplugged says, any CDs I buy from charity shops I put onto mini disc because I can put more on a mini disc. Mini disc, that's still a thing, is it? Wasn't that a thing in the 90s? Alan says, can you do a review of that CD player that you bought recently? I can do, I suppose. I know I put it all into that video, didn't I, when I hooked it all up, and I could do a couple of months later, you know, what do I think of the record player and what do I think of the CD player? If anybody is interested in seeing a video. Pardon me. James says, Paulie, what's your favourite movie release of 2024 up till now? Up till now, it's got to be Dune 2. Yeah. That might change. It might change with Deadpool. And from what I hear, it might change with Civil War, because I've heard some unbelievable reviews of that film. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Ollie says, have you started Sugar on Apple TV? That started really strong. I saw that on when I was looking through something to stream earlier on. That's Colin Farrell, isn't it? He's some private detective or something. Yeah, actually looks quite good. So I might give that a go. Yeah, it's not a biopic of Alan Sugar. Entity says, have you watched South Park? I got a Kenny and Tweak plushie for £9. Yeah, well, I used to watch it all the time. Me and Lulu used to watch it all the time. I haven't actually sat down and watched an entire series for a year. No, for a couple of years actually. So I don't know where they are series wise. I do remember seeing the Prince Harry and and Megan special though. That was funny. Yeah, but I remember all the old ones. That's why I call Lou Kitty. That's her nickname. Because it's like, no, Kitty, bad Kitty. Yeah, and chefing his chocolate coated salty balls and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I should really get in to start watching it again at some point, you know, because I did love watching it back in the day. But I gotta say that I think probably the last series, the last full series that I sat down and watched has got to be something like series 7, maybe. Joe Matson is here. Hello. I live in Clacton on Sea in Essex for weekend, then heading up to Skegness for 5 days, then Benidorm. Wow. Okay, so you're scooting about a bit. I buy Vision DVDs now since network gone. Oh, via Vision DVDs. Yeah. Kermit says there's no wind down here. It's a glorious day. Wow. I think it has actually died down a bit now here, but last night and this morning, it was 50-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, it would have been nice at the boot fair this morning had it not been for that wind, and I think that might have been why a lot of people didn't turn out. Sam says, what are you watching movie tomorrow? My grandma. I don't know. Joe says, I was in Australia last month. I spent a month in Perth, back in the UK, heading back there in October. Oh, okay. Do you watch the Mac Master on YouTube? Because he's just come back from Perth. He did a whole series of videos in Perth. Really nice place, very laid back. You know, it's not your fast-paced Sydney or Adelaide kind of, you know, city like a London. Very laid back. It's kind of like, I can imagine like the Folkestone or the Margate of Australia. But yeah, very nice laid back. Yeah, check him out. Check out the Mac Master, and go back a few videos and you can see his Australia ones, because he did Perth. He was in Perth for about a week or two, and then he was in Sydney as well. But some plug says, I found The Lion King, The Lion Guard, Return of the Roar. The Lion Guard? I've never heard of that one. I haven't picked up any vinyl recently, James. No. I might be getting some Def Leppard because they're re-releasing Pyromania. So as a limited edition, I might pick that up in a couple of weeks or whenever it's out. I'm getting little Doctor Who season 17 Blu-ray on my birthday. Make room for season 6 and 21 this year. Oh, 21 this year, not season 21. 2 Blu-rays I'm going to order from China tonight. The Defenders and Luke Cage season 2. I received the first season of Luke Cage Friday just gone. Are these legit ones? Have they been sold legitly, or are they booties? But some plug says, is the bottom you watch unplugged? I don't think so. Ollie says, Back to Black, the film about Amy Winehouse is all those. That's the other one that I was thinking of, yeah. I don't know if I'll watch that because I was never into Amy Winehouse. I was never into her music, so that's probably going to be one that I'll bypass until it comes on streaming. Joe says, can I do more episodes? More rant episodes? I have to have something to rant about. I mean, I could have ranted about the bloody wind this morning. Yeah. Maybe I should take a leaf out of Adam Does Movies. And he started up a new series called Adam Does Rants. and just pick a subject and just rant the crap out of it. I don't think anybody would watch that. David is here. Hello, mate. How are you? Butts Unplugged says, will we get a music collection video? I think you've probably already had them. Yeah, the storeroom series, when I went through my entire storeroom, going through everything I've got up there, I went through my entire cassette tape collection. I went through the vinyl collection, all the vinyls we got, including a lot of Barry Manilow, and also my entire CD collection. So I think you're all musiced out. There's not really any more music that I can offer. But if you want to see those videos, they're called the storeroom series. So have a look on the playlist on my channel. Kermit says, awesome. I want to know what the player is like, as I'm thinking of getting one. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I'll try and put together a video. I don't know how much I'll be able to play because of copyright, of course, but I'll find some crap that maybe won't get flagged up. Or I could stream some I can stream some stuff from my phone straight through, so you can get an idea of the quality of the sound. David says, always looking forward to your live stream. It's amazing to see. Thank you very much. Joe says, I saw Ghostbusters and Mean Girls, Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda is next, and Godzilla in May. Godzilla. Oh, hello. I lost a comment there. James says, Ollie loves films. Yes, the Amy Winehouse biopic movie. Do you think it will be on DVD, Blu-ray or 4K? I think it will eventually. Dominic says, is Argyle worth watching? I had fun with it. I thought it was a good, fun film, yeah. Joe says, I have a rant today. Why Pepsi Mango is out in the shops. Why raspberry flavour not there anymore. Plus Sainsbury's Coke is crap taste. Doesn't good. I'll tell you what. I picked up a bottle. This is a long time ago now. I picked up a bottle of Tesco's. I don't even think it was Tesco's Basic Coke, and it was like it's 2 litre bottle and it's 15 pence for a 2 litre bottle. It fizzes and it tastes. It's kind of got a Coke taste to it, but a very bad Coke taste to it. 10 minutes after I opened it, it was completely flat as a pancake. No wonder it's 15p. But I tell you what, though, it'd make great drain cleaner as long as you pour it down straight away. That's the cheapest drain cleaner that you can buy. I'm sure it would do the business. David says, hi, Kermit's Ghost. Always look forward to your videos on Monday. It's amazing to watch. They are amazing to watch. They definitely are. Joe says, I enjoyed the St. Gideon's. Oh, excuse me. Oh, shit and bollocks. I enjoyed the Saint. Gideon's Way is next. I take it that's what you mean. I enjoyed the Saint, as in TV show or movie. I don't know what Gideon's Way is, though. Matthew says, have you ever been to Merry Hill? It's in Dudley. No, I haven't. No, but we know someone who has. Richard says, when his comment comes up, Richard says, it's like Twister 3 up here. Oh, my God. Look out for those cows on the way to work. Yeah, I think you got the worst of it up there. I saw a little bit on the news earlier on, over in Ireland as well. Pretty bad. Some storm, I don't know what it's called, Storm Jamie, isn't it, or something? Oh. Don't you? I don't know. Don't you know, Sam? I don't know. Anybody suggest a film for Sam to watch with his grandma tomorrow? James says, have you got any rare signed items? I'll probably. Funny you should mention that. Okay, so I did go through in the storeroom series. I did go through some of my Buffy stuff and Star Trek stuff, and showed you the autographs that I've got in the collection. But probably the rarest one that I've got, or the most, I don't know about valuable, but the rarest one I've got is when my dad was a guard on the railway. He used to go up and down, Dover to London, and he would quite often bump into Paul McCartney. And he sat down and have a chat with them, both Paul and Linda, and he got them to sign a bit of paper, to Paul, to me, all the best, mate, Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney, and then draw a little face and that kind of thing. So I've got Paul and Linda McCartney's autographs on a bit of paper that I've tucked in the back of a photo. So I think that's probably the most rarest because Linda's no longer with us. But the other ones I've got are just like Star Trek and Star Wars. I've got a lot of the Babylon 5 cast that are no longer with us, but I'd have to say that the Paul and the Linda ones are probably the rarest. Joe says, I'm watching the Avengers ABC series. Then 1965 is next. That's cool. Kermit says, if there is an IFPI code on the inner circle of the Blu-ray disc, Matthew, then it will be a bootleg. Oh, if there isn't, I think it is. If there isn't, if there isn't a code on there. Also, you can normally tell that the discs are normally kind of like a brown, blacky colour, because they're transferred, don't they? They're sort of like burnt rather than studio produced, which I found out when I bought that bloody Yellowstone box set. Inside Out is out in June. Yeah, looking forward to that. Love the first film. And GTA 6 is out in 2025. James says, what is the most famous person you've ever met? Again, it's gonna be Star Trek. It's probably William Shatner. I think it's going to be William Shatner. Yeah, I've met Jeremy. I met Jeremy Renner at a Buffy convention, and we had a cup of tea together. Hawkeye. It was I think it was the Radisson Edwardian Hotel in London. He was a guest there. This is when he was in Buffy. He was like the third vampire to the left. No, he was a complete nobody back then. But he was sitting at the bar and he was having a cup of tea, and I sat next to him and had a cup of tea, and we had a really nice chat. Spiffing bloke. Yeah, but William Shatner is probably the most famous, I think, for me. Kieran says, I can't wait for Abigail. I watched the trailer. It does look good. Yeah, I completely forgot that one was coming out. And I think a couple of the other YouTubers, Sean Chandler and Cody Leach, they've just dropped shorts on their reviews out of the theatre reactions. Cody Leach said it was absolutely excellent. Yeah. So definitely looking forward to that one. That's going to be a good one. They recently made a game called South Park Snow Day. It's a good game. Haven't got to play in it yet, and they're making season 27. Jesus. Season 27. I've got a lot to catch up on. Ashley Cashcall. Okay. Hello there. I wish I could meet you and your YouTube friends in Birmingham and Brighton, but I was busy in Birmingham. Next time you're in Birmingham or by Birmingham, I would like to meet you and go on a DVD hunt. That's a lot of the use of the word Birmingham. Yes. Birmingham, Birmingham, Alabama. No, it's not that one. It's all on Paramount Plus. Yes, it does. Yes, South Park is on Paramount, and I do have that. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, actually, Alan. Yes, I can play Jamie's CD. Yeah, you'll get an idea of how bad it sounds. I'm sorry, Jamie. No, you'll get an idea of what the sound's like then. Oh, yeah, I've got an autographed Jamie CD as well. So that might be worth something one day. Who knows? Kieran says, are you going to watch the new Wicked movie in November? I probably will. To be honest, Mama Bowman went to the stage show and she didn't know what all the fuss was about. But I probably will. Because it's all linked to The Wizard of Oz. Ollie says, did you see that Charlie Hunnam and Jodie Comer are circling 28 years later with Cillian Murphy and Danny Boyle directing? It's supposedly starting production soon. That should be good. Yeah, that's a good cast. I'm glad Cillian Murphy's getting involved. David says, I think they should release Buttons. TV show release on Blu-ray. That would look amazing. James says, I'm looking forward to your car boot video later. That will be up at 6 o'clock. It's not a long one. It's only about 12 minutes, I think. But I do get attacked by a seagull while I'm eating my sausage bap. David says, and release the extras on the Blu-ray Bottom TV show. That would be amazing to see. Yeah, I'd love to see lots of extras for Bottom. James says, what's your favourite vinyl of all time? I've never been asked that question before. That is a very good question. Wow, that is actually a tricky one. I really don't know. What have I've got? I mean, I've got Status Quo. I've got Queen. Oh, I tell you what, I regret getting rid of. I regret getting rid of the original "Slip You When Wet" by Bon Jovi vinyl because it had these. It didn't have the cover with like the dripping water. It had a picture of a busty woman in a yellow swimsuit. I regret selling that because I think that's quite collectible now. Because I think it was a bit too raunchy back then, and they kind of like cancelled the sale, or they withdrew them all and then redid the cover. I've got Def Leppard Hysteria picture disc. That's a nice one. It's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. Matthew says, "What do you think of the new Wonka film being the prequel to the 1971 Gene Wilder film?" Yes, good film. Now that I've got it on Steelbook, that took bloody forever to get hold of that. But yeah, I did enjoy that film. I went to see that with Claire. Oh, yes, all right. I was going to say something. Dominic says, have you watched the Gentleman TV series? Yeah, we finished it last night. I thought it was pretty good. I'd like to see what happens next. Entity says, the Asda Coke is way better. You get 16 for £8. If you get 16 normal Pepsi Max, it's £32. What's that, cans? 16 cans. Dominic says, watch Dread with your grandma. Nan loves action films. Kieran says, I thought The First Omen was okay, but didn't find it in my top 10 of watching this year. Yeah, no, it won't be in my top 10 either. It was okay. It was okay. Ollie says, apparently the first trailer for Gladiator 2 is coming online this week, coinciding with CinemaCon and the Joker 2 trailer on Tuesday. Supposed to be a big trailer out on Monday as well for something. And I can't remember what. I don't know about Gladiator 2. It's not a film that I ever thought we would get a sequel to, because it wrapped the story up. I don't know. It could be the Alien Covenant of the series. Yeah. I still need to see Napoleon. I still need to see that. I know it's on streaming on Apple, so if I can find like a 3 hours or 3.5 hour spare gap, I might just crank it on one day. James says, I wasn't expecting Paul McCartney's signature. Dave is here. Hello, Dave. Hopefully we'll get Darkman on 4K. But Sunplug says, I'm going to change my name to George and get a job at Asda. That might confuse people. Here's George at Asda. Entity says, my dad got a book of Star Trek ages ago, signed by Nichelle Nichols, and she died recently. Yes. Yeah, that would have been cool. Getting a lot of the older autographs. I don't think... Oh, I'll tell you who I do have. I don't have Leonard Nimoy. I don't have DeForest Kelly. I have James Doohan. Because he was at a Star Trek convention I went to back in the 90s at the Royal Albert Hall. It was called Generations. They did 2 conventions. And they had the entire cast of Star Trek The Next Generation there. That's where I got my William Shatner one signed for. But James Doohan was there as well. And I got James Takei as well, Sulu. So I got his signature. Dominic says, I can't wait for the Terminator 4K. Didn't realise till recently the actor who plays Kyle, Michael Biehn, was in The Abyss and Aliens. Yes, all the same bloke. I know they shouldn't really tinker with things, but for the Terminator, I would prefer them to tinker with it a little bit like George Lucas did. Because that stop motion Terminator at the end is so cheesy, and it's just so jerky movement. And maybe do something with Arnie's plastic head when he's pulling at his eyeball, because it doesn't look anything like Arnie. But Unplugged watched Madam Web and enjoyed it. I'm glad there's someone on the planet that did. We're glad you enjoyed it. Kieran says, what did you think of the new Colour Purple? I have not seen that. Apparently it's a musical, and I don't think the Colour Purple and musical go together. James says, Paulie, if I ever meet you, I want to get your autograph. You'd have to frame it because it'd be worth a fortune. Oh, dear. Dave says, hopefully UK will get Terminator on 4K when released. Still need Lethal Weapon and Dirty Harry. Yeah, I'm surprised Lethal Weapon's not been released on 4K by now. David says it was amazing meeting him in 2013. Who did you meet in 2013? Sorry, I might have missed something. Jew Gary. Who's Jew Gary? Kieran says, I can't wait for Wednesday, season 2. Really enjoyed the first season. Yeah, it's really good. Gary Barlow. Okay. Kermit says, are you out Blu-ray hunting? I'm not. No. I'm working for 2 days. So I can't go out until Wednesday. But hopefully we'll have some Kermit and some Jamie. I miss Pete. Pete, Blu-ray Bullet Brit. Oh, I hope he's doing well, but I miss Pete's videos. Get back to us, Pete. James says, it is a very hard question, to be honest. What is... David says, the Italian Job original movie is being released on 4K. Oh, that would be cool. And James says, I saw a Bon Jovi vinyl box set in a charity shop, but I didn't pick it up yesterday. Oh, okay. Can you remember what was in it? What was in it? Are you going to bring your vinyl home? I've only been bringing back a few of the ones that I'd play because there's a lot of Barry Manilow in there. I bought the Queen one back on Night at the Opera, and I've played that. That's an original pressing, and it sounded fantastic. You know, a few pops and crackles everywhere, but not scratched or anything. I bought some Def Leppard back and some Magnum. There's loads of vinyl singles, but I don't know if I would bother bringing them back to play them. I don't really want to play Rick Astley or Sunita. Tommy Will is here. Hello, Tommy. I'm good, thank you. Kieran says, have you seen the Whitney Houston biopic? I really enjoyed that at the cinema. I have not. Near. Dave says, I'm guessing all 4Ks are region free. However, I know certain titles are region locked. Everything should be region free. I think it's something like 99.8% of 4Ks are region locked, region free rather. I think there's only a rare 1 or 2 that are actually region locked. Legend Lewis is here. Hello, mate. Yeah, all is well. Just booked tickets for Kung Fu Panda 4 and Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire for tomorrow. Excellent. Can't wait. I love both of these franchises, especially Kung Fu Panda, my childhood. Yeah, have I got it down here? No, I haven't. I had the blue fans for Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2 with the lenticulars. I think it's in the other room. I actually don't think I've seen Kung Fu Panda 3. I think I'm still not seen that one. Tommy says, what films are you looking forward to this year? Civil War, Deadpool, Abigail. What else ever comes out later on in the year? I can't remember. But there is some good stuff coming out this year. And Star Wars. I see it's been announced that we're getting 2 Star Wars films in 2026. One is out in May, around about the 20th, I think. That's The Mandalorian and Grogu. And then we're getting the new Empire, or we're getting the Rey film, A New Jedi Empire, or whatever it's called. That's coming out in December 2026. So that'd be like, that's just good because we don't normally have anything really big at Christmas these days. You know, we used to have all the Harry Potter films come out at Christmas. The Hunger Games used to come out at Christmas. The Fantastic Beasts did. Rogue One and other Star Wars films. And now we've started to get like the Avatars. So there will be another Avatar, I think, coming out. I'm not sure if it's this Christmas or next Christmas. I can't remember. I think it might be next Christmas. But yeah, then we've got the Ray one coming out in 2026. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. Ollie says the trailer for Maxine. That's the one that's out. Yeah, that's the one that's dropping tomorrow. Ryan Vincent is here. Hello, mate. Richard says the DVDs to bottom have all the bloopers on them. I've got the bottom. I've got the bottom DVD box set, so I'll check that out. My grandma does backflips when she watches action movies. Can you video it and put it on YouTube? Lewis said, just had a look on both Amazon and HMV website, and it looks like we only get a DVD release of The Colour Purple. Saw this movie in the cinema in January, but sucks there's no Blu-ray. That's a shame. It might come about later, maybe. Then again, maybe not. I mean, there's always a possibility of, importing it. I'm sure someone like Germany or France will have it, or Australia or America. So there's always a possibility of importing the Blu-ray. Dominic says, are you going to watch A Gentleman in Moscow? That's Ewan McGregor, isn't it? I might add that to the list if it's any good. Usually these days, because there's so much stuff on streaming, I usually, if it doesn't hook me on the first episode, I turn it off and move on to something else. Ryan says, have you seen Titan AE? Yes. I've got that on Blu-ray. I'm sure I've got that on Blu-ray. I saw it ages ago. Tommy says, I want to meet you one day and we can go on a Blu-ray hunt. Sounds good. Just bought all the Transformers films. Which one do you think is the best? I still love the first one with Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, I still think I love the comedy in that and the action and just Sam Witwicky's character. Other than that, I think probably Bumblebee is the next best one after that. But definitely the first Transformers one. Richard says Lethal Weapon will come out on 4K when Film 5 comes out. There are rights issues with Dirty Harry at the moment. Oh, there you go. I don't know about that fifth Lethal Weapon. It's definitely going to be I'm too old for this shit. Sure, they can't be running around jumping on cars and doing backflips. They've got to be training up new people, surely. James says, Pauly, will you pick up the new Bugsy Malone vinyl in... I didn't even know there was a Bugsy Malone vinyl coming out. Butts Unplugged has got to go. He's fully charged, so he has to unplug. Thanks, mate. Oh, just done that one. Oh, hello, Puss. I can see a cat on someone's roof over there. Do you reckon they will make a Cruella 2? I hope so one day, because I really enjoyed the first film. Then again, Disney are all up in arms at the moment, and they're all in a tiz. Kermit says, yes, I miss Pete's videos too, wishing him all the best. James says, Pauly, what genre in music do you like? Varied, but not too varied. If you want to go back to the 80s, I was a metalhead. My hair was down to my back, halfway down my back. I looked like I'd just come out of Def Leppard or something like that. So I was into all the hair metal back in the 80s. I was into everything from, Dokken, Bonfire, Bon Jovi, Magnum, Whitesnake. You just go through all of the metal bands, Motley Crue, Poison, all that lot from the 80s. And that was mainly it. And then we got to the end of the 80s into the 90s, and then like the grunge came along, with Nirvana, and the music scene changed. And it's even referenced in Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. You know, everything was brilliant until Nirvana came along, and then it all went downhill. But there's still been some good rock stuff that I pick up. Dragon Force is a band that I listen to all the time. And then in 1994, I stumbled upon Garth Brooks for the first time, In Pieces, the album, and that hooks me on country music, and I've been hooked ever since. So I'm now more into my country than I was anything else. I still love to listen to me rock. You know, I'll put on a Bon Jovi, or I'll stick on Def Leppard on Spotify on my way home and do a bit of banging to pour some sugar on me, that kind of stuff. But I'm mainly into the country. Chris Young, Luke Bryan, and Chris Stapleton, Kelsey Ballerini, and all that kind of stuff. I love them. Yeah, so but I'd still go to a gig, you know. If I think Poison are going back out on the road, I'd love to go to some metal gigs, because I haven't been to one for quite a long time. And me and Mama Bowman always used to go and see Magnum. We used to, especially at London at the Hammersmith Odeon, all through the 80s and the early 90s. And it was so sad that Tony Clarkin, you know, the co-writer or the writer of the songs and the guitarist, passed away, you know, a couple of weeks ago. Literally just a couple of days before the album was due to drop, their new album, which is a brilliant album. It's a great send-off, that album. And because that happened, trying to get hold of that album was impossible. Vinyl sold out everywhere. HMV couldn't get the stock for CD. They had to do more pressings. They had to, you know, get them pressed in Germany through, I think it's Steamhammer, the record company. But yeah, I luckily managed to get a CD, but I didn't get a vinyl. But and then, if you're a fan of Magnum, you would have seen that Bob Catley video that he posted, that, you know, just pouring his heart out that he can't go on anymore. Magnum is done. It's finished. Tony Clarkin was the heart of the outfit, you know, of the band. So I can definitely understand why. I couldn't imagine Magnum without Tony Clarkin. It's like Queen without Freddie Mercury. It's also like Bon Jovi without Richie Sambora, because even though they're still going, and I do like some of the stuff they do, there's just something missing. There's just something missing that Richie Sambora brought to the band. So I'm hoping one day he'll rejoin. But yeah, so metal, country, soundtracks. You know, I love a bit of soundtracks. So John Williams, the best movie composer in the world. I don't do chart shit. I really don't. I don't do chart shit. So I wouldn't have a clue who's on number one, what albums in the charts. And I don't do all the rap and the kind of grunge stuff now and all that kind of stuff. I used to be a huge fan of Taylor Swift. I even went to see her live at the O2 Arena in 2014. And if you go back on my YouTube channel, pretty much near enough right to the start, there's actually a video that I filmed of We Are Never Getting Back Together, which I filmed the entire song and put it on YouTube. And I'm surprised it never got done for copyright. So, yeah, I used to like Taylor Swift when she was in her country phase. After she released Speak Now and the Red Album, it changed because she became more mainstream and more poppy. And I don't really like the new stuff. So, yeah, for me, Taylor Swift ended really with the album Speak Now. But you get an idea of what kind of music that I like and what I listen to. And that took about half hour to talk about. Ryan says, what's your favourite animated movies from the 2000s? I don't know what was out in the 2000s. Obviously the Disney ones. I don't know when was the Lion King out? Was that in the 90s? I think that was out in the 90s. DreamWorks, Shrek stuff like that. I really enjoyed that, and the early Pixar's, Toy Story. That was 1995, I think that was. So yeah, I couldn't pinpoint which ones came out in which year in the 2000s, but a whole varied of stuff. James says, have you seen the TED series? Yes, I have. It was bloody hilarious. And it was fantastic. It was a great compliment to the two movies. I just really can't wait for season 2 now. And it was no holding back on the language, because that's the thing. It needed to be like the films. You can't go and do a TV series and have it PG rated or U rated if the films are like 15. You can't do it. You shouldn't really do it. James says, I've never watched Star Wars. Wow. I suppose there are people out there that have never seen it. Matthew says, Deadpool 3 will be amazing. I think it's going to be a really good one. I think it's going to be as good as Guardians 3. Marvel is touch and go. We get a good one every now and again. Spider-Man No Way Home, Guardians 3. Then we get a few ones that just don't hit the mark, in the middle. And back in the day, right back in the day when the MCU started, so pretty much every single MCU film was on the mark. It was going from Captain America to Thor to, I don't know what. Hang on, I've got to look up there because I can't remember them all. Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy. Every single one was fresh and brilliant. And it's now they can't keep that momentum going. They need to stop pussyfooting around and just get the writing right, get the direction, and get away from the woke stuff. And then we'll have some really good stuff. But I think Deadpool 3 is going to be fantastic. I love that, in the advert they showed him the TVA and this is your Marvel heroes, and you had like the Hulk and everybody and Captain America on the screen. So we don't know who we're going to get in the film. We could be getting any of the MCU characters. Who knows? So really interested to see that. I think it's going to be a really good film. I'm glad they're keeping it Deadpool rated as well and not pussyfooting around. Kieran says, are you going to see the Fast and Furious 11 next year? Definitely. The last one. Yeah, I'll see that with Lulu. We both went to see number 10 at the IMAX. And that's Lulu's very first time at the IMAX. David says, thank you very much, Paul, for liking my picture, what I put on Facebook with Gary Barlow. Did I like it? I don't know. I can't remember. I like so many pictures these days. James says, you should do some reactions on your channel. What kind of reactions? What do you mean? What, like trailer reactions that I used to do, or other stuff? Dominic says, what is the next Star Wars series? Isn't it Acolyte? I'm pretty sure it's Acolyte. The trailer is already up for this one. I think it's out in June. I think it's coming in June. Barry is here. Hello. Will you be watching Beetlejuice 2 in September? And have you ever watched the original? Yes, I love the original. It's fantastic. Definitely going to be watching the second one. I hope Michael Keaton doesn't do a cameo in it. I really hope he's not like a 5-minute cameo, and that he's in the entire film, and that he's still Beetlejuice, and that they haven't dumbed it down. The Magpie is here. Hello, matey. You haven't brought any of your northern weird indie shit music with you, have you? Kieran says, I think Catherine Newton is going to be playing a good role in Abigail. It does look really good, doesn't it? And that little girl that's playing Abigail, that could be like a make or break film for her. I think she could go places after that, because she looks the part. She looks the part and acts the part as well. Urit. Oh dear. Sub-Zero's here. Hello. 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 David is here. Hello, David. Are you taken by Fallout? Oh yes, that starts this week, doesn't it? Fallout. Yeah. Yeah, I will be watching it. If it's anything to do with the game, which it probably is, I don't know anything about the game, so I'll just be watching it as a series. Also, the second part of Zack Snyder's series, Rebel Moon. I think that's on this week as well. So I think I might watch the first part again before watching the second part. Entity says, did you consider yourself a hippie in the 80s? No, not so much a hippie. No, I was never Neil from The Young Ones. Vegetable rights and peas. No, no, I was just more glam, hair metal, just a rocker. Scotty's here, hello mate. Been asleep most of the day. Was up, as was up till 5 a.m. watching WrestleMania night. Wow. And ready to do it again for night 2 tonight. You ain't got to go work tomorrow, have you? Yes, a lot of WrestleMania fans, a lot of wrestling fans in the community, especially over on the with Matt and everybody. Yeah. For me, I'm not so much into the wrestling, but I'm glad that they like it, they enjoy it. There's actually something to do with wrestling in my Boot Fair video later on, so the wrestling fans might like a few things that's in the video. Yeah, do you know what? The last time I actually sat down and watched a wrestling match, it was Big Daddy and Giant A-Stacks. That shows you how long ago it was. Paul says, away on my holidays, the Mora. Where are you? Where are you? Gig a week today. Gig a week today. Ryan says he is 20. Wow. That's all downhill now. Pardon me. James is here. Hello, mate. Thanks for picking up Casablanca Blu-ray. No problem, mate. And honestly, no money for it. We just send each other shit in this community, don't we? It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a really good quality one. Have I got it? No, I haven't got it in here, so I can't show it on the camera. It's in the other room. But no, it's totally mint. I can't believe it is totally mint. It's got the book in there, the slipcase, not even a fingerprint on it. Yeah, so I'll make sure I get that wrapped up and sent off for you. Kieran says, do you think Amy Winehouse biopic will be good? Evil Dead Rise from last year is one of the best movies I ever watched. I think probably you'll enjoy it if you're into Amy Winehouse music. That's why I'm not so sure I would enjoy it so much. I loved Elton John, so I loved Rocket Man. I love Queen, so that's why I like Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know about some of the ones that I've never really listened to, so I might just wait until it's on streaming and just watch it then. Scott says, blockbuster movies looking short supply in the next month or so, or am I missing something? There are some out. Obviously, we've got Deadpool. We must be in short supply because I can't bloody remember what else is there. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look, and we'll have a short discussion about if I'm interested in what's coming out. Right, in cinemas. No, coming soon. Right, okay. So we got Civil War. That's out on the 12th of April. Definitely looking forward to that. And also Back to Black. So that's the Amy Winehouse one. On the same day, we got Arcadian. That's kind of interesting. I'm looking forward to watching that one, actually. That's with Nicolas Cage. So that kind of just came along out of nowhere. So I'll probably head to the cinema to check that one out. Then we've got Abigail, which is out on the 19th of April. Yeah, so definitely up for that one. Then what? There's a big gap then of stuff that I'm interested in. ISS, which I think has been out on Blu-ray for a while in America, the International Space Station. That is a good one. I'm looking forward to watching that. I'm hoping it's going to be a kind of a Gravity type of thing. 2nd of May, we got The Fall Guy. Hang on, let me just remove that. There we go. Yeah, we got The Fall Guy. Now, as a fan of the original series with Lee Majors, I didn't know whether or not this works, but I think it looks good. I think it looks very corny, very cheesy, and I think it's going to be good. We've got Sting, which is not about Sting from The Police, but it's about spiders. So it's like the modern retelling of like arachnophobia, I think, something like that. There's a horror film coming out called Tarot. Of course, one of the big ones out in May is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That is a definite day one for me. And I've pretty much booked every Friday off until the end of the year now. So that if there's a new film that comes out on Friday, I'm definitely there, day one. If that comes out in May as well, that's Ryan Reynolds, isn't it? Is it about the imaginary friend? Yeah, that's why it's called If. I got The Strangers, Chapter 1, that's coming out. Furiosa. I don't know why, but whenever I say that, Furiosa, I just think I'm in Harry Potter. Furiosa! Yeah, so that's out on the 24th of May. That is definitely a day one for me, in IMAX as well. We've got Young Woman and the Sea. I'm definitely watching that because it's got my girl Daisy in it. June the 7th, we've got Bad Boys Ride or Die. That could go 50-50. I'm not sure, but I'll still go and watch it. The Crow is out on the 7th of June. We've got Inside Out 2. That's a definite day one for me. The Bike Riders, I'm liking that one. That looks really good. That's got Elvis, Jodie Comer, Austin Butler, Tom Hardy, Michael Shannon. Great cast. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one. And then we have on the 28th of June, we have A Quiet Place, day one. That's going to be a definite day one for me. July, we've got Despicable Me 4. That will be me and Claire seeing that, definitely. Twisters is out in July as well. Deadpool and Wolverine out in July. So that's a day one. Trap. That is a new M. Night Shyamalan movie, so that might be interesting. Because I didn't know much about that. Apparently, it's a father and teen daughter attend a pop concert where they realise they're at the centre of a dark and sinister event. So that could be quite good, actually. Borderlands, that looks fun. That does look, kind of reminds me of the first Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's out on the 9th of August. We've got Maxine, of course. So that's going to be a good day. Borderlands and Maxine on the same day. That's the 9th of August. Alien Romulus, which I'm now really excited for after seeing that trailer. That's out in August. What else we've got? We've got Craven the Hunter. It could be good. Beetlejuice 2 is out 6th of September. So we're getting shit tons. There's loads of stuff out. Yeah. Saw 11 is out on the 27th of September. I will be watching that at the cinema because I did really enjoy the previous one, Saw 10. Then in October, we've got Joker, Folie à Deux, which is the Joker 2. The Wild Robot. I don't know. What is that? DreamWorks. A DreamWorks one called The Wild Robot. Interesting. Never heard of that one before. Smile 2 is out. Venom, The Last Dance. That's coming out in October. Then we've got Paddington in Peru in November. Gladiator 2 out in November. Wicked is out 24th of November. The Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. I'm not sure if that's going to be any good. I don't know why it's going to the cinema, because I'm just watching the Power of the Ring. You really can't have a Lord of the Rings if you ain't got Peter Jackson. 20th of December, you've got Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Mufasa, The Lion King, and then we go into January, starting with Megan, and then in February, we've got Captain America, Brave New World. So there is still a lot out. There's a lot out this year. So I'm going to be like living in the cinema. I might just take a tent with me. Yeah. Of course, some of those dates might change, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching a lot of that stuff. What we've got here? Oh, Benny's here from the chair. Hello, mate. There's not many big releases coming out in April, is there? I don't want to go back to that. Start reading that again. Hopefully you heard all that. That's annoying considering that there are things like Beekeeper and Ferrari that are only on Amazon and Sky, no physical release. Ferrari already does have a physical release, I believe, but in Italy. I think there's a 4K steelbook for it and just a 4K. But yeah, I don't think anything's been announced over here for it. Magic, what's this? Magic slots, Magic 10 slots. Hello. Pardon me. Mr. Movie Madness, hello. WWE WrestleMania 40 was on last night and today. That's good. Colin the Dog from Space, favourite Kubrick film. Oh my goodness me. I haven't seen all of them, so I can't comment on something that I haven't seen. Of the ones that I have seen, I can't even remember the name of it. Bear with me. See, the thing is, Stanley Kubrick has never been a director that I've been that much interested in, because a lot of his stuff is really weird. Full Metal Jacket, no, not Full Metal Jacket, The Shining, definitely. Yeah, definitely The Shining. Let me just quickly go through a few of these. Eyes Wide Shut, that was a total pile of shit. And I switched it off after 20 minutes. Full Metal Jacket, that was a fantastic film. The Shining. I haven't seen Barry Lyndon. The Clockwork Orange was a total bullshit punk of bin shit. I hated that film. Yeah. Now here's the big one. 2001: A Space Odyssey. I have not seen it. I've got it, but I have never seen it. Lolita, never seen it. Spartacus, I think I remember seeing that. Path of Glory, don't know. The Killing, don't know. I don't know a lot of the old stuff. Yeah, so really The Shining. The Shining is my favourite. But I really need to get round and watch 2001. James says, Paul, have you heard of the viral Spud Man in Tamworth? What? Colin the Dog from Space is back. Favourite Nolan film, The Dark Knight, followed by Interstellar. Colin again. Favourite Ridley Scott movie, Alien. Got to be Alien. Probably Gladiator just behind it. Mr. Movie Madness. I watched Godzilla and Kong, The New Empire yesterday with my girlfriend. It was fantastic. I gave it 9 out of 10. Really good film. Really enjoyed it. Kieran says Beetlejuice 2 looks really good. Jenna Ortega and Winona Refer make a good combination. Colin says, favourite Tarantino film, Kill Bill Volume 1. Definitely. Although I just kind of like put both of them together. And Colin also says, favourite is it Paul Thomas Anderson? Again, he's another director I've never really got into. Did he do Isle of Dogs? I can't remember. James says, anything you want, I will still watch. Magic 10 Slot says, this may be a stupid question. There are no stupid questions, only stupid people. How can you tell if a DVD player plays 4K? I am looking for one, but not sure to look for. A DVD player won't play a 4K. You'll have to get a 4K player to play a 4K. And it will have 4K plastered all over it. Favorite Hitchcock film? For now I'm gonna have to say Psycho. I know it's the most obvious one. I have 3 boxes. Hang on. Can you see them? I think they're there. There they are. I have 3 boxes there of Alfred Hitchcock on 4K that I need to start doing an Hitchcock marathon. An Hitchcock marathon. Yeah. And to be perfectly honest, and I'm not telling you bullshit, I've only ever seen 2 Alfred Hitchcock films, Psycho and The Birds. I loved them both. I thought The Birds was fantastic. That's why I hate seagulls so much. Yeah, but I need to start watching all of the others. And I want to dedicate a month just to watch Alfred Hitchcock films in 4K and just review them. And that's what I'm going to try and do with my end of the month kind of videos where I talk about, you know, what I've watched through the month. I also want to do it with a series of directors or a series of films. So one month will be like all Hitchcock. I want to do an M. Night Shyamalan one because I've never talked in depth about what films I love out of his and what I think of them and what I think of the bad ones. So I want to go through all the M. Night Shyamalan ones as well and do that kind of stuff. Entity says, did you watch Squid Games? If so, what do you think of it? And are you excited for season 2? Yes, I thought it was a fantastic show. Definitely. That's gone crooked, isn't it? That's gone crooked. That's definitely gone crooked. Yeah. I didn't watch that game show, though, or that was kind of recreating it, Squid Game, the challenge, or what it was called, because they never really killed him. So they got off lightly. Colin says, favourite Francis Ford Coppola film? Again, I'm going to have to say, is it Apocalypse Now? Did he do Apocalypse Now? He falls into the same category as Stanley Kubrick that he's got a catalogue that I've never really sat down to watch. He also did the Godfather films, doesn't he? Don't get me started on the Godfather films, the most overrated movies in movie history. In my opinion. Kieran says, have you ever seen The Fifth Element? Yes, I absolutely love The Fifth Element. Lilu! Yes, fantastic Bruce Willis film. James says, have you ever seen Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson? No. Favourite Scorsese film is definitely Goodfellas. Have you seen the Jean-Michel Biscuit biopic? I don't know who that is. Sorry. Favourite Fincher film? Obviously, the obvious choice is Seven, but for me, Alien 3. I absolutely love that film. Yeah, people hate it, but people think of it as one of the worst Alien films. I loved it. I love the setting. I love the characters, and I love the ending. So for me, that's my favourite Fincher film. My favourite Fincher film. James, Pauly, I'm probably the youngest person to watch your videos. I'm 16. Wow, fantastic. I don't know. I've never been contacted by anybody that's younger. Maybe they do. I know you can see it in the analytics. I think most people that watch my videos are in their 80s. But I tell you what, it tends to be more men and boys that watch the videos. You look at how many females watch them, and it's like 2%. I need to get some birds in. Sub-Zero says, can't wait for the Aliens on 4K. Yeah, that's going to be fantastic. Colin the dog says, I'm just going to call him Colin the dog. Not including the first two, what is the best Terminator flick? Oh, not including the first. That's a tricky one. That is. Well, I've always been a fan of Terminator 3. I've never really had a problem with it. And I love the ending. The ending is fantastic with the music and the setup and the missiles. And yeah, I love the ending of that. Genesis, I really enjoy Genesis. I would say Terminator 3. Salvation's good as well. I would say Terminator 3. Yeah. Maleficent. Are we getting a Maleficent? I can't even say it. Are we getting Maleficent 3 next year? I didn't know that. Dominic says Alien, Craven the Hunter. Yeah, two good films that we're looking forward to, definitely. Colin the dog says Casino Royale or Skyfall. Definitely Casino Royale, but Skyfall is just behind it. Colin the dog says that what's worse, the last Jurassic World or the last indie film? The last Jurassic World. Even though I enjoyed it, and it brought back the key characters, it's just something about Indiana Jones, and it was more adventurous. It didn't feel like Crusade or Raiders, but it was still an Indiana Jones film. And I know I had a few problems when I first watched it with Phoebe Waller-Bridge and a few other characters, and Mads Mikkelsen not being evil enough, but it's still an enjoyable 2 odd hours of adventure. And it's Harrison Ford, my favourite actor. So there you go. Lee Rutz is here. Hello. Hope you're well. Is the Ronin 4K Steelbook worth the upgrade from the Blu-ray? I hope so, when I get a chance to watch it. It's a nice Steelbook, though. Kieran says, I just saw What's Love Got to Do for the first time yesterday. Really good. I remember seeing that for a long time. Angela Bassett, wasn't it? Was it Angela Bassett, or am I thinking of something else? Because she did the Tina Turner story. I don't know if I'm getting the right one. Colin the dog says, could Mission Impossible continue without Tom Cruise? If so, who should be the lead? No, I don't think so. He's moulded that series into his own, so I don't think it should continue without him. Just like the Indiana Jones shouldn't continue without Harrison Ford. Colin the dog says, what's better, Part 2 Back to the Future or The Two Towers? Back to the Future. Yeah, I love The Two Towers, but Back to the Future for me, definitely. Kermit says, if you want to attract female audience, you'll have to do some makeup tutorials. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? That would be abysmal. Deary me. We've actually come to the bottom of the questions. That's really weird because that's really weird because I normally have some questions left over. You know, if you want to ask some more questions, get in there. We're only here for another 25 minutes, but I might end it earlier if the questions dry up. I was just going to see if I can grab that. Yeah, if anybody didn't see my video, that is my Wonka steelbook that I finally got. So yeah, the Amazon one got sent back with Timothy Chalamet on the front cover, because I kept getting dented ones, and I went for the Italian one. I'm really happy with that. So yeah, really happy with that. I do also have the Ronin steelbook. I will give that a go because I haven't watched that for quite a while. So I will give that a go and let you know what the picture quality is like on that. I do have a giveaway this week as well. On this way, I do have a giveaway on this week's Blu-ray hunt, which is a copy of True Lies on 4K. So definitely remember to look for that one. Yeah, definitely remember that. Yeah, Pauline, bring back Pauline. Oh no. Oh, funny you should say that, Alan. Yeah, time to give me your True Lies 4K then. Hang on, I've forgotten how to turn the camera around. Hang on, how do I turn the camera around? I've forgotten how to do it. I've really forgotten how to do it. Oh well, never mind. Settings. Hang on, there we go. Camera, front camera, back camera. Okay, right. So yes, we've got a lovely little bit of shit going on the telly there, a bit soothing, and up there it is, True Lies on 4K. Yeah, I've also got my True Lies Laserdisc down there as well somewhere. There we go. Right, let's reverse the camera. So there you go. Yes, there we go, Alan. It is there. So don't forget to watch the video on Wednesday when it's up. You might just win it. I'm going to make it really simple as well, because nobody wants a difficult question. Who have we got? We got Last Chance. Cheers. Hello. Hope you're well. Yes, thank you. Haven't been watching much in terms of BlueTube for a while. Okay. What's your favourite release that you own? It's got to be Waterworld. Waterworld. Yeah, it's a really nice package, and it includes the Ulysses cut, which is the best cut to watch. So that's my favourite of the arrows. Arrow. We have MB22. Okay. How many movies do you own? I still don't know. I had started cataloguing them, but I've still got a way to go with the steelbooks on the next part of the collection. I've done the 4Ks and the Blu-rays, so it's full steam ahead. Well, we'll know at the end, hopefully. Tommy says, is the new Wonka any good? Yes, it is. It is very entertaining. What is your favourite movie of all time? It's The Empire Strikes Back. Yes, the one with all the Tauntons. I had to think, hang on, it's in Somerset, Taunton. Oh, hello, Meg. How you doing? Thought I would pop in quickly to say hi. Hi, Meg. Hope you're doing well. What's been your favourite movie of 2024 so far, and what's the next movie you're looking forward to the most this year? Favourite of the year so far, it's kind of like 50-50 with Dune 2 and Godzilla and Kong, because that was a lot of fun. That was a fun film. A typical proper blockbuster, summer blockbuster with the popcorn, whereas Dune 2 was a kind of a bit like Nolan's Interstellar, a bit kind of like intellectual sci-fi. But I love them both equally. Yeah. And my favourite, and the next film that I'm going to be looking forward to the most this year, the one I'm really looking forward to the most, I think, is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, even though there's some other real corkers coming out. But yeah, there you go. Thanks for that question, Meg. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I can't remember. It will come to me. If it's important, it will come to me. Steve says, what's your most anticipated film for the rest of the year? Deadpool and Wolverine, I think. Kermit says you already asked the question. Well, it was. Oh yeah. I'm glad you're on the ball. I'm glad you're on the ball. Well, tell us your best Arnie joke. That's right. Oh my God. I was just going to pick out a question on Wednesday's Blu-ray hunt. I'm glad you mentioned that because I would have completely forgotten all about it. Oh my God, my life is a mess. Yeah, pick out your best comedy line. I've got too much going on in my life. Tobo Fet 16's here. Hello. I was going to mention PTA isn't Wes. Paul Thomas Anderson isn't Wes. Oh, Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson did Isle of Dogs, didn't he? Paul Thomas Anderson. Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm not familiar with a lot of his stuff. I don't know if I've actually ever seen any of his stuff. Hang on. Paul Thomas Anderson. All right, what we got? Licorice Pizza. That was just all right. Phantom Thread. I never saw that. What else have we got? Is there anything else in here? Oh, There Will Be Blood. Okay, so he did that. So that's pretty good. Oh, Punch Drunk Love with Adam Sam Sander. Yeah, I actually enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty good, that film. Punch Drunk Love. Yeah, because I don't normally like Adam Sandler films, you know, comedy-wise. So yeah, he's not a big director that I would normally watch. Boogie Nights I've never seen, so I can't talk about that one. But probably There Will Be Blood. Maybe that's probably my favourite of his. But he's not a big actor that I would levitate to. You know, if it was between him and someone like Spielberg or something. Colin the dog says, I have a question, a sensible question. Oh no. Oh damn. A question that will test the limits of your new IQ and stretch the size of your knowledge to bursting point. Okay. Is it going to be something like, have you watched Sausage Party? Okay, here we go. The question is, given that God is infinite and that the universe is also infinite, would you like a toasted tea cake? Yes, please. I'd definitely love a toasted tea cake. And I'd love them if they were infinite tea cakes as well. Got me worried there. We got Let's Talk Criterion here, or Let's Talk Posh Knob. Hello, mate. Arrow US seem to be getting the best 4Ks at the moment. The UK titles are mainly upgrades. I've been importing the US titles. Yeah, there are a lot that we're not getting as well. They get a few more over there, and they get nicer. I've got to be honest. They get nicer slipcovers. They do. Some of our 4Ks aren't even getting slipcovers, but they're getting embossing on them and everything. Pardon me. Steve is here. Hello. How many movies do you have that are still in its wrapper? Probably none. Apart from the Poundland bin ones. So if you exclude the Poundland bin ones, none. Because I take them all out of the wrappers. David says, well, what does the original Star Wars films look like in 4K? They look fantastic. They look like they were filmed yesterday. Yeah, they look much better than the prequels. Because, of course, it's all digital with the prequels. But, yeah, they look incredible. Steve says, Joker 2 trailer on Tuesday. I'm excited but nervous at the same time. When they first mentioned Joker 2 is going to be a musical, I was like, Christ's sake. And that Lady Gaga is going to play Harley Quinn. I was like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. There's only one Harley Quinn, and that's Margot Robbie. So I don't know. We'll see. Last Chance Chair says, my favourite Arrow release I own is the standard Blu-ray edition of The City of the Living Dead that I got from CX on the same day the 4K came out, but used to be the 4K box set for the Battle Royale. Royale. Tommy says, I love your videos. Keep it up. I will do. Thank you very much, Tommy. Kermit says, by default, then, Paul, I win. It's going to be tricky trying to pick them out. I do have actually two favourites amongst that lot, so I did remember that at least. Jamie says, send Kermit the Eternals. Somebody's got to like it. Oh, nasty. Yeah. Oh dear me. I don't know. It's Eternals and Flash Gordon have just kind of like got their haters out there. Yeah. Kermit says, already got it. I know it's your favourite. And Jamie's put, it's poo. Look, I've even got a pop vinyl figure. Of Kingo. I just need to get Sprite now. And all the others. I think I will. I think I'll get them all. Then I'll display them next to my Eternals steelbook. They're probably quite cheap now. Kermit. Stallone, Statham and Arnie were in a casting call for a movie about famous composers. Arnie said he'll be back. Do you know what? I'll be back. Do you know what? The amount of times that bloody one has appeared in that video about the True Lies giveaway, it's like every other person has just put that same thing. So, yeah. But yes, there are two favourites. Yeah, hello. Jamie says, had a carpenter around the other day to sort my bed out. Went to check on him and he'd done a bunk. David says, when are they going to release the complete Planet of the Apes TV show on Blu-ray with lots of extras? That will be lovely to see. I don't know. Maybe Kermit's already got it. They should do a YouTubers theme funk. That's a bloody good idea. A big Pauly Funko Pop. A Jamie Powell Funko Pop. And you can also get a Crazy J alternate one. There must be some way we can do custom ones. Surely there must be a place to make custom ones. And there could be a Slayer reviews in his Spider-Man outfit. Kermit as Kermit the Frog. Jamie says, don't you dare send me the Eternals for my birthday either. Oh, I've got something special. They couldn't get Pauly in the box. Colin the dog. Talkie toaster from Red Dwarf, anyone? No, I'll get me coat. I'll buy a Pete Funko. It's got to be a sound one, isn't it? It's got to be one where you can press a button and he just swears. Oh no, I can't say that. No. No, I'm sorry, Pete, for even thinking that. I can't say that. Tommy says, I would love it if you was a Funko Pop. I might look into that. Surely there must be a company out there that makes custom Funko Pops. Jamie says, I would buy a Kermit's Ghost Funko. They kind of already did. Muppets Christmas Carol. Yeah, the Crazy J Chase edition. We can have Carly Neo 9 and Carly. Have a double pack. David says, Paul, Blackadder TV show. What does it look like? Blu-ray, is the picture quality good? It's okay. It's an upgrade over the DVD, but not a massive upgrade. So I was a little bit disappointed that it didn't boost the picture quality, but it's okay. White t-shirt and a beanie hat for Pete. Yeah. Kermit with his captain's hat on, and it's got to go. I should copyright. Yeah, should copyright that, definitely. Yeah, you can imagine all the Americans jumping on all that as well. Have a movies with Sue one, and a wet movie one, and a cool dude one. I'm surprised they haven't cornered the market on YouTube, seeing how big YouTube is this day. Even having ones like Casey Neistat, you know, some of the biggest YouTubers in the world, you'd think somebody would bring out some pop vinyl figures. David says to Jamie, keep up your amazing videos. My good friend, always look forward to your amazing videos. Yeah. Okay, so we're getting near the end. I know it's got to end sometime, but, you know, I've got to go for a piss in a minute. Another 5 minutes. So if you want to get any questions in, get them in now. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. Jamie says, already filmed me intro for tomorrow's hunt. Can only apologise for its stupidity. Oh dear. Tommy says, I would love it if you would be in your own movie. Oh, God. No. Oh, dear. Kermit says, is there lots of profanity? Naughty boy. It looks like there is, I'm afraid. And it wouldn't be the same if it didn't have it. That's right. Oh, my God. Okay. I think we'll wrap it up now. And it's not even Christmas. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm just pushing a bogey back in. I didn't want it to come out and just go all over the screen. Yeah. 17:53. What's that in English time? It's nearly 5 to 6. Yeah, we'll wrap it up now. It's not even Christmas. I think I just said that. Yeah, so I don't know what's happening this week. I have no idea. I've got Blu-ray hunt on Wednesday. I'll look at where to go. Thursday, I'm going to see Civil War. Actually, there's a funeral on Thursday as well. One of my neighbours has passed away. I think Dad's going though. Yeah. Anyway, so thank you everybody for popping along and giving me your questions and putting me on the spot. Hang on, what's Jamie say? Started writing the Crazy J film. What am I doing with my life? I know. I saw. Have you seen, what's his name? At the Alex Labour movie. Can you see my bogey up there? The Alex Labour movie. I know. What is it with YouTubers wanting to do their own videos? Maybe I should do the big Pauly story. No, I don't think so. Extra stream. I hope everyone has a great upcoming week. Take care, everybody. Was it? Thank you for clicking on my video and choosing my video. Don't forget to subscribe. Until the next video. Bye. Oh, dearie me. Thank you, David. Thank you for popping along. Jamie, great stream as always. Mush, looking forward to Wednesday's hunt. Pardon. Take care as always, even if Tommy says thank you. David says take care, everybody. Take care, everybody. See you all soon. Don't forget, in exactly 6 minutes, there is another video dropping. Crash. Yeah, it's my little boot fair video. Yeah, so it's only 12 minutes, but I got out and about today, but my hair's all over the place. Plus, I got attacked by a seagull. So, yeah, there we go. Right, until the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. Cheerio.